You know, we paid homage to everybody on our album. We paid homage to everybody that came prior to 91, only because of the fact that we understood that, you know, and I think that came from the raising. I think that came from, forget about music, that just came from mama and papa telling us that, yo, you better recognize your grandfather, or you better recognize your great-great-grandmama, who, you know what I mean, set all of that up. So there was a different faction of morals that was already instilled. You know what I'm saying? Like nowadays, you know, it gets a little complicated because everybody thinking that they doing it on their own, and they forget that. Wait a minute, this would not have happened if Harriet Tubman didn't sit on that. You know what I mean? On that book. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
What are you talking about? We losing, you know, we losing the morals. We losing the fundamental way of thinking in regards to being put in place. We think we just did it on our own. We ain't do nothing on our own. We did what we had to do when we were in position, but in order for us to be in position, we had to have had a door open for us, correct?
That's correct, absolutely.
So you still pay homage to that all day long. And if you don't, then that's on you, because guess what? If you don't know where you come from, you don't know where you going, period. And I don't care what you making. I don't care how you living. At the end of the day, your foundation is weak. You understand what I'm saying?
That is facts right there. And you know, and like I said, like it kind of annoys me when I look at a lot of these newer artists out here, when you have these, you know, we in the era now where everybody wants to say the shocking thing that's going to get them viral the next moment. Like you think recently about the whole situation with 21 Savage saying that, you know, Nas ain't relevant in hip hop. Now, me, you know, having some experience working with people that's been in the industry a lot longer than I have, I already recognized it for what it was. It was just a publicity stunt. Look what happened. They just put out a brand new
they got a record out right now.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, you got a lot of these newer up-and-coming artists that like to use that opportunity to be disrespectful, thinking that's going to further along their career. But, you know, you got people like us, it's like, nah, bro, you're not having that. You're not going to come along and disrespect those who was here before us, because without them, we wouldn't be here at all. You wouldn't be able to do the things you're doing right now. So show a little more gratitude and be respectful with it when it comes down to it, you know?
I'm going to tell you the truth, B. At the end of the day, you know, there's a lot of things that wouldn't have been happening, you know, unless there was a bunch of civil rights leaders out there running around. There was a bunch of, you know, Harriet Tubman's doing what they had to do. You know what I mean? At that point in time, even, you know, you could go far back from, you could go back to more of the beginning in Egypt and Africa. You know what I mean? If we wasn't instilled with some of that within ourselves, we wouldn't have come up to become, you know, the Nation of Islam, the Black Panthers, the ones who believed in, look, there's bigger and better for us. You understand what I'm saying? And we don't have to settle for none of this. Or you know, Sammy Davis having to take trips, or, you know, what's the one that Jamie Foxx played?
Ray Charles.
Ray Charles, when he was banned because he didn't want to succumb to what their rules were, right? And then later on, what was the song? Georgia. I'm back. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So don't ever disrespect who your predecessors were, who the people that came before you were. There's a reason why they did that, for you to live.
That's a strong message right there, man. And I hope that any young artist or anybody individually that's out there right now that think it's okay to disrespect predecessors, I hope they take that and they like, you know what? Them brothers is right, man. Like, we gotta be a little more respectful and, you know, pay homage to those who came before us. Even though if you don't like a person's body of work, that's cool, but understand that, you know, they was there first and they made it possible for you to be able to be here, man, and all that good stuff.
you don't have to love nobody's body of work, but you got to respect the fact that what they put into the game was monumental, and it contributed to the fact that you was able to step further or get higher than what it was. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's all it is, you know.
Absolutely.
I don't like everybody's body of work, but I respect the work they put in.
Mm-hmm.
That's
how
it.
It should be. That's how it should be. And speaking of body of work, man, we see that you have a whole catalog when it comes to a body of work, you know, working with some of the titans in the game, you know, most notably, you know, you worked with Sadat X, Raekwon, Inspector Deck, you know, Ghostface Killer, you know, you got the credit for producing, you know, Magic Stick, 50 Cent and Little Kim and all that good stuff, man. So, you know, people can't look at your body of work and have nothing other than just the utmost respect for the people that you have worked with, man. So, like, with that being said, you know, from the people that you work with now until working with some of the newer artists that's in the, you know, industry now, like, you know, the likes of Rhyme Wrecker, you know, Catherine Swain, we had the opportunity to have her here on the show last week. Like, how has that transition worked for you, you know, being that you come from a different era, you know, cut from a different cloth compared to what we are seeing out here nowadays?
Well, they're a different breed too. Because it's not everybody at this point in time that are very acceptive or willing to deal with what I got to offer. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you got to find the ones that really, really gel with you. Mm-hmm. You know, like the Catherine Swain, she gel. You know why? Because she comes from that school. You know, she's young, but that's the school that got her going, you know, mentally and creative wise. That's what she loved, you know what I mean? Rhyme Wrecker, he comes from our school, you know, and he's still relevant now. Then you got, you know, you still got your Shyyiems. Of course, the Wu-Tang, you know, I'm always going to be part of that whole squad because I was the first one from Staten Island. So, you know, behind the scenes, I was always there for that. But then you got there's a whole bunch of different new talent that, you know, when you try to tap in, you know, they think they know it all, but I can't, how can I say, I can't combat what they feel or what they know. It'll be one or two of them that say, yeah, this is great. And then it'll be the others that be like, nah, I ain't effing with that because, yo, we on a different wave. All right, but your wave, you forget where your wave come from. So how about gelling together and figuring out how we can mesh or get it, you know, popping together? Because no matter what, at the end of the day, I'm still relevant. I still, like, there ain't no way I'm going to turn down Quincy Jones if he comes to me and say, yo, I want you to produce over here with me, and I got this and that and a third to input and throw your way. I would like to see what you got to say about it. You know what? I'm gonna be highly motivated and highly appreciative, and I am not gonna turn that man down.